What's up, guys? So this is going to be one of my, more confessional videos, so I'm going to do a minimal amount of editing. Something that I haven't really mentioned much on this channel because it hasn't really been pertinent to any of the subjects I've talked about is that I'm actually covered in tattoos. It's funny looking back. It's something I told my dad when I was like 12. I'm like, I'm not going to do drugs, but I'm going to drink beer and get tattoos. And that's been very true throughout my life. I drink beer and I have a lot of tattoos. I didn't actually start getting tattoos until I was about 22. It was funny because all my friends were, but I just hadn't gotten around to it, because I was spending all my money, going out drinking. But it started becoming a cycle. Like after every underway, I'd have enough money, saved up so I'd get a new tattoo. And now I have about, I think, 9 tattoos, but one of them was a full stomach tattoo, as I showed in one of the pictures, which is a Buddhist symbol. But actually, my favorite tattoo is actually my Final Fantasy VII tattoo right here. And people give me a lot of shit for it. And the funny thing is I'm not much of a gamer. I mean, I've actually been getting back into gaming now because it helps my anxiety. But I actually got this tattoo because it represents something to me. The game itself actually represents something to me. When I was 10 years old, I was actually playing Final Fantasy VII when I saw my sister have a psychotic episode. I didn't see it, I was actually part of it. But I remember I was... for anyone that knows the game, I was at the very end of, or actually the very beginning of Disc 2, when you're in North Cave, and I still remember that. I still remember, because I kept on playing it a little bit. You see, I can't remember the psychotic episode entirely because it's been such a long time, but I remember, because, being bipolar now, I understand the escalation of delusion a little bit better, even though my delusions aren't as bad as hers were because she was schizoaffective. But at first, she just said something weird, and I just kind of shrugged it off because I used to always pick on her. I mean, we picked on each other. We were brother and sister. But I remember she kept getting angrier and angrier, and she started telling me that I was born in hell, and that my dad was keeping my mom hostage. It really sucks that I don't remember the story better because I remember the emotions behind it a lot better. And the best thing I can relate it to is if anybody has seen the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. It's a horrible movie, but the emotion I can relate to was you get the sense that the main character, played by Renee Zellweger, I probably said that wrong, is exhausted and is just ready to die, because that's how I felt. Because I was scared for like an extended period of time, and I just wanted it to end already. It's like I knew I was gonna die. I just didn't I didn't want to deal with the anticipation anymore. And I remember she started saying "boogie woogie woo" all over and over again because of the Insane Clown Posse song. She told me that she lives in the lake up the street. It's her second home. And then she said something to the effect of, are mom and dad in the room right now? And I'm like, no, they went to the store. And then she told me, no, you said they were in here earlier, so now you're just changing your story, huh? And I remember I was just crying. Then after all was said and done, she came up to me and she's like, let me kiss your heart, I'm so sorry. And I just wanted her to go away. Then I remember I turned off the game and I started watching Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold. The Nickelodeon cartoon. And I remember just listening to her just outside my parents' house, just crying, "Mom, please come back," because she thought that like my dad had killed my mom. And I guess I told that whole story to say that that tattoo for me, it represents stability for me because I started playing that game before I moved from my hometown in Newport Richey to St. Petersburg, and that's when my sister had a nervous breakdown and started showing symptoms of bipolar disorder and schizoaffective disorder. And I played that game a lot until I was about 11, so it kind of made things make sense to me. So, that's why I consider it my favorite game now, and that's why it's such an integral part of who I am. The characters and everything, I can go into it for hours, but I just really wanted to tell that quick story. I wish I could have told more about it, but hopefully I got the the effect across. So as always, if you like my video, subscribe. If you like my music, buy it, and if you hate me, tell everybody. Out.
Pizza boy, pizza. Pizza for pizza. Pizza bonita. pizza.